welcome. So we're gonna do a reading today. I'm very excited because I finally was able to get the Spiral Oracle deck, which I've been wanting for a while now, and I finally got to buy it last week, and it's just arrived today, and I've just been through it, and it's absolutely stunning. So I want to use that for you today. The question for this reading is going to be, what changes do you need to make? And then I'm going to complete 2 more readings today. So look out for, are they still thinking of you, or are they still thinking of me? And the next 3 months, what changes are happening in the next 3 months, okay? But this reading is, what changes do you need to make? So I'm going to light a match and set the intention. On behalf of our greatest and highest good, in perfect comfort and clarity, we request that whatever messages need to come through for us today from a place of love and inspiration do come through for us. Thank you. Okay. So, ooh, I'm so sorry. I just knocked the shelter. So we're going to have 3 crystals. So we have group number 1 with the amethyst, group number 2 with the snake's eye, and group number 3 maybe with the moonstone. Let's do. Okay, so take a moment, pause if you need to, take a deep breath in and out. Okay, let's get started. So I'm just gonna shuffle my way in. Let's start with group number 1, who chose the amethyst. What changes does group number 1 need to make for your greatest good? Let's start with the... I think I might actually start with the Spiral Oracle. So this is the deck here. Really, like, I feel like I robbed this woman who created this deck, because she has hand painted every single one of these, and you can actually see like the texture of the canvas in some of these as well. Like, look at this. Like, I've just been given a deck of art, like, and not to mention it's an oracle, and the packaging is beautiful, and the work she put into the descriptions is beautiful. It was like $100 Australian, but I would have paid more knowing what I was getting. Like, it's just beautiful. So group number 1, what changes does group number 1 need to make for their greater good, please? Let's take these 2. Oh no, I dropped my amethyst. What else does group number 1 need to make? None of those. Let's take that one too. All right. The only thing is, like, they're really slippery suckers. But I think once the static from, because they were wrapped in plastic, like shrink wrapped, I think once that kind of goes away, they'll hopefully be a little bit less slippery. I'm just trying to get my amethyst, sorry. Okay. So what have we got? We have Own Voice. Look at how beautiful that is. We have Origins. Look at that. Look at the detail. I'm just in love. Absolutely in love. We have Listening to the Voice of the Universe. And we have Becoming World. And it's interesting, the transition of like the color into more blue and grayscale. Okay, let's see what the book has to say, because I've just gotten these. I don't know the meaning of them. I mean, obviously you can discern it a little bit, but I'd like to honor the meaning. So we've got the Spiral Oracle book here. Beautiful. Okay, so Own Voice. Okay. Acknowledge your pain. I free myself of my feelings. I release shame. Let go of guilt. I do not give up. my head held high without any fear. I respect myself and I let my voice be heard. Bang! Talk about change you need to make. You need to acknowledge your pain. You need to free yourself from feelings of shame and let go of guilt. Don't give up. Hold your head high without any fear and respect yourself. Let your voice be heard. And look at how the throat chakra is like illuminated there. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And like it's coming from a very passionate place with all those colors, like the warmer kind of spiritual passion. Okay, let's see origins. Cut bonds. The key to healing requires me to look beyond my ancestors offered me as a life experience, positive or negative. Oh no, I think I missed something there. The key to healing requires me to look beyond what my ancestors offered me as a life experience, positive or negative. I accept that from a high perspective, any experience is love. I exist. Thank you, ancestors. The best way of cutting bonds and honoring my family and ancestors at the same time is to do what I deserve. My needs are valid. I deserve to live in peace. So this is really beautiful because what I'm seeing here is I actually watched an interview yesterday with Teal Swan and Yvette. Oh, I'm forgetting her last name. She's Australian. She wrote the book Metaphysical Anatomy. And she talks about how not just from our genetics, but from our genetics, but like interprets more from our ancestors, the pain that we are pre-coded with because of what our ancestors went through. So for example, if your grandmother became pregnant for the first time at 16 and then gave birth to 5 children by the time she was 22, like my grandmother did, her body by the age of 22 would have been physically exhausted. So if you feel physically exhausted at 22 and you don't have a reason to, it could be because of your ancestors. It could be because of the pain of your family history that you've carried with you. You think, your grandmother gave birth to your mother gave birth to you, okay? It's all energetically within you, okay? So that's why we want to cut our bonds in a respectful way that honors them, but releases us from any negativity that we may be holding from their history and not our own, okay? And I really see this as like, your own voice is perfect for this because maybe your ancestors couldn't speak up, maybe they were suppressed or neglected. They couldn't stand up for themselves, okay? So maybe you don't feel like you can either. Biologically, it's not biologically, but it's what's been ingrained in you through birth, okay? So you need to learn to use your own voice, okay? Now we have listening to the voice of the universe. This is beautiful. So, sincerity. I'm faithful to myself, acknowledging that pure being that lives within me. I talk, I feel, I'm finally listening to myself. And then we have a quote, the one who suffers is the child, not me. Oh my gosh, guys, this is unbelievable. I'm kind of tearing up. So, what childhood trauma are you still holding? What childhood trauma do you need to release and cut cords from as well? Okay? Listen to that voice. Listen to it and heal it. Okay? You're finally, and I'm also saying you are finally going to listen to yourself because look, we have becoming world, right? Even without knowing the meaning of this, I'm seeing this as completion like the world card, okay? Becoming the world, becoming fulfilled, learning to speak up, learning to find your voice. This is what you need to change. This is what you're going to be capable of. And look at how the third eye is open. If you haven't opened your third eye, Teal Swan has a video on how to open your third eye chakra. Oh my goodness. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. I'm also seeing here that, music will guide a lot of you to express yourself because music triggers emotions in us that we can't trigger ourselves sometimes if we're disconnected. Sometimes we need music to set up that emotional state for us so that we can acknowledge it. So listen to music to help yourself acknowledge your past pain, past experiences, and feel through them and heal them and speak about them. Speak up, learn to speak. And then we have Becoming World. So responsibility. I am responsible for my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and my actions. I forgive others and I forgive myself, acknowledging mistakes. I accept what I was, what is, and I walk on with humility. With patience and a sense of humor, it is me who brings peace to my life. Holy crap, guys. I accept what I was. What you were was someone who had ties that they needed to cut, who couldn't speak up for themselves, who didn't respect themselves to the level that they should have. And you accept that, you forgive that, okay? And you walk on in humility and transformation. You end that cycle and you begin the new one, but you understand that that cycle, just because you're starting a new one, is not null and void. It's still integrated into who you are. So with patience and a sense of humor, it is me who brings peace to my life. When you settle in those feelings, you embrace those feelings and you stop resisting them and you stop fighting them, that is when you find peace. Oh, God. I forgive others. Forgive your ancestors if you have any issues with them. You forgive yourself. You acknowledge the mistakes that have been made, but you realize that they were pivotal to being where you are now. And you practice gratitude for that. That's just, I feel so fulfilled from this. You have no idea how incredibly fulfilled I feel from this. And like, look at the balance here. It's like she's carefully dancing, carefully weighing up and trying to, it's like she's wielding like elements, wielding spirit. Trying to wield her emotions and understand them, understand the depths of them, and find growth amongst them. Look how floral it is too. Oh, wow, guys. Okay, group number 1. For the sake of preserving the integrity of this reading, I'm actually not going to do anything other than the spiral oracles, because I think that they say so much just in those 4 cards. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And I want to respect and honor what they have to say and not overwhelm the message. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you want some more comprehensive readings, look out for the next 2 that I'll be publishing as soon as possible. Okay, I finally got my data stick, so I can publish things quickly now. Okay. All right, much love, group number 1. Okay, sorry, my camera cut out. But if you'd like the link to the Etsy store, I'll pop it below so that you can also purchase this if you'd like. Okay. So, hello group number 2 who chose the snake eye. So, because of the way that the group number 1's reading developed, I will be choosing some spiral oracle cards and only those, because the message has so much integrity and so much to offer just in these cards. I don't want to overwhelm them or dilute these messages by trying to find other more clarification or anything like that in the tarot or anything like that. So for the sake of preserving the integrity of these readings with the spiral oracle, I'm only going to be using this deck today. But if you want something more comprehensive, then I will be doing more comprehensive readings tonight. So yeah. Okay, sorry, I just need a sip of tea before my throat dries up. Okay, group number 2, what do you need to change for the better? What positive changes do you need to make, group number 2? Let's take these 2 cards. Thank you too. I feel like this is the hot spot. Alright, let's stick with those 4. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I was literally like gobsmacked by the message group number 1 got. Okay, so we have Children of Light. Beautiful. We have Commitment, and I love this card because I love like how they reflect one another. And then we also have, if you look really closely, 2 dolphins. So it's like healers, you know, together. Commitment. We have Clock, Time Getaway. And this card kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, it's like this kind of space dimension that's like rotating like a clock. But this reminds me of a lighthouse, so it also looks like waves and an ocean, but mixed in with cities and other dimensions. It's like a mirror of multiple dimensions all at once, just staring together, you know? It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's like the divergent pathways, you know? Where do you want to go? Look at all the pathways, you know? And then we have Everything is Connected. I just can't get over how beautiful this artwork is. I literally feel like I've cheated her. Like, each one of these pieces of art are worth so much. And the fact that you get a whole deck. I sound like I'm promoting her. I'm actually, like, this is not sponsored. Like, this is just how much I freaking love this deck. Okay. So, let's start with Children of Light. I'm going to refer to the book because I'm not familiar with the messages yet. So, Children of Light. Simplicity. I return to the simple through my generous and innocent spirit. I ask myself, what is my greatest fear? What is my magical desire? I look at what there is. I look at what is there, like a child. By observing my fears, I take them out of the dark places in which they live. Thus, they are no longer prevalent. Now I create spaces for others to grow, for me to grow. I return to enjoy the simple things and everything is renewed, filling my spaces with magical energy. Oh my god. Oh, this is everything. So, integrate, I know I say this all the time, integrate your shadows with your conscious mind. Face your fears. What is it that you are denying about yourself that you need to confront? You need to start creating space. You need to hold space for yourself. Create space in your mind to grow and develop. Cut the cords with your past fears because they are in your past. There's no point holding on to them other than to learn from them. They don't owe you anything. You don't owe them anything other than for the purpose of evolution and personal growth. And we cannot evolve if we remain static or stagnant in the same fears. So create space for new ones to grow. It doesn't make you, like, if you face your fears, you're going to find new ones. Okay? It's not like I'm telling you you have to be the perfect person with no fears. You just need to face your current ones. What you can face, face them. Stop hiding from them. Look how the head kind of like emerges out. But see how colorful it is? It's like there's an understanding here that this is the right thing to do. This is the right path to go down. But see how it tries to protect itself with life and events and adventure. But it knows that truth lies in this path, in facing the fears. Beautiful. Okay, so we have commitment. Ceremony. I make a ritual. I gift initiation symbols to my new life. Every corner I grace with beauty, and I celebrate all that I have brought to it. When I honor each stage with love, life smiles back at me. I see in this new path the mirror of freedom, the freedom to traverse myself until the end. My inner purpose unfolds before me now, and in every now. Beauty displays in light, showing me all that I could not see before. I grow slow, soft, and giant. I contemplate the future in my present, and I embrace this transition by observing the passages of life and the cycles that change. I sing to life, I open to it, and I share it. Fair dinkum, guys, this is insane. So, evolution all over again, personal commitment to growth. This is not about commitment in this reading to another person. This is about your personal commitment to your own growth, to your own spirituality, to speaking out, to speaking your truth. Look at how she projects that energy, okay? And she stands from a place of healing, okay? Look at their foundations are from a place of healing, okay? Oh my God, like oh my God, I can't even. The depth that I could go into, I feel overwhelmed. There's so much truth in this art. Like, this is divine art. I'm telling you, this lady is fucking blessed. I'm telling you. Holy crap, the energy from these cards is just off the charts. I literally just want to send her a present. Sorry, I'm being so intense, but the message here, guys, beauty displays in light. Bring your shadows to the light. Integrate your fears. Integrate your shadows, your subconscious mind with your conscious mind. Beauty displays in light, showing me all that I could not see before. What is it that you're missing about yourself? What is it that you don't know about yourself? What is it that you're not committing to? What is it that is true about yourself that you don't commit to, that you don't acknowledge because you refuse to face these fears? What future are you denying yourself? Okay, it says here, I contemplate the future in my present. What are you contemplating now based off these fears? How much better could the future be if you face these fears? Okay? I contemplate the future in my present, and I embrace this transition by observing the passages of life and the cycles that change, the fears that change. These are the cycles. Yes, you will overcome these fears, and yes, you will get new ones, okay? But you observe this transition and you recognize it's a cycle that needs to happen so that you could grow. I grow slow, soft, and giant. How beautiful is that? Like a tree. Like an oak tree or a jacaranda tree. Soft and giant. Absolutely unbelievably beautiful, this reading. I cannot even. So now we have Clock Time Getaway. And it's interesting, these two cards are also next to each other in the book. Oh my gosh, you guys. And look, Children of Light. It literally took me until this point to realize, because I did a reading for myself before I did this one. I got these exact 3 cards. These exact 3 cards in this order. Oh, no, actually, I think Clock Time Getaway was there. I just realized that. Wow. Okay, so Clock Time Getaway. You guys must be my soul group. Alice, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here? The Cheshire Cat. That depends a good deal on where you want to get to. Alice. I don't much care where. The Cheshire Cat. Then it doesn't much matter which way you go. Alice. So long as I get somewhere. The Cheshire Cat. Oh, you're sure to do that if only you walk long enough. Decide. In order to achieve what I want, I have to first decide what it is that I want. Otherwise, others will decide that for me. Your fears are going to decide your future for you if you do not face them. Remember what I said. What future could you have if you face these fears? How much better could it be? By not facing them, you choose the lesser future. So choose the better future by facing your fears. Oh my God. This is just the best reading I think I've ever done in my life. Okay. Everything is connected. Respect. I respect myself and therefore all of existence. Our planet and I are sensitive, and in both, even minimal action has repercussions. And then we have a quote. The fluttering of a butterfly's wings can have effects on the other side of the planet. I respect myself and therefore all of existence. Respect yourself. Respect the life that you know you deserve. Respect your fears by learning the lessons from them. Do you think they pop up for no reason? Okay? Imagine your fears as though they are another personality, another person within you. What do they look like? What do they say to you? How do they talk to you? How do you talk back? And really listen to what they have to say, right? I want you to do it right now. Close your eyes. Close them if you haven't. Close them. I mean it. Close your eyes. Now, what fear comes to your mind first? Think of it. Now, what does that look like as a person? Is it a male? Is it a female? Are they an animal? Is it a plant? Is it a place? Is it healthy or is it unhealthy? Is it bad? Is it sad? Is it scared? Is it resentful, neglectful, sarcastic? What do they look like? What are they saying to you right now? Don't edit it. Don't think, oh no, it kind of said that to me. That's not what it means. What is it saying before you even think about it? What's the first thing that pops into your head? What's the first thing it looks like? What's the first thing that fear says? Listen to it and respond. Talk to it. What does it say back? Have a conversation with that fear. And through that conversation, you'll find a way to heal it. I promise you. This is exactly what I've been doing over the last couple of days for myself, with my body, because I have health issues. As of today, I started a raw food diet, which scares the shit out of me because I love food, but I also love simplicity, which is, compromise. But I get a lot of pain in my body, and every time a pain popped up for me over the last couple of days, I envisioned it as a person, and there were so many different variations for each part of that body, as there will be for different fears you have. So for example, for the pain I get in my knee, I've dislocated my knee 11 times. Of course, she was an old lady who she was crunched up into a ball and couldn't uncrunch herself, couldn't spread out. So I walked up to her and I helped her lay out her arms and her legs, and eventually we went swimming and just allowed her to float. And I swear to God, my knee felt better. Okay? When I had a headache, I started crunching up my eyebrows when I got a headache, and so I imagined that as a person. And it was a young girl who was shaking and crying and felt unloved and invalidated. So what did I do? I told her I loved her, and I validated her, and I told her what she needed to hear from truth and from love and integrity. And some of you might think that's crazy, but I don't, because ultimately we need to love ourselves first. And I have much experience with fragmentation in personality, and I do heavily believe in soul fragmentation and personal fragmentation in psychology. And to me, it was completely normal. And it is a regarded spiritual exercise. So if you don't want to take my word for it, it is a regarded spiritual exercise. So do that. How does it help you? Okay. So everything is connected. Let's go back to that. I respect myself and therefore all of existence. So that's another thing. I am you, you are me, we are source, we're the butterflies, we're the trees, we're the spiders, we are, the gross little worms, we're those really scary piranha fish, we're sharks, we're seaweed, we're the walls, we're plaster, okay? We are the carpet that is below your feet, or the floorboards that is below your feet. We are everything. We are all connected. We're all from the same matter. Okay? When you hurt yourself, you hurt part of source. You feed that back. So when you love yourself, you feed back love. Remember that, okay? What does it say here? Our planet and I are sensitive, and in both, even minimal action has repercussions, and the butterfly effect is there quoted. So what change do you need to make, group number 2? You need to face your fears and learn to love yourself. In loving yourself, you love source. In what you love yourself. What is it that you love about the world? What is it that you love about others? Because that is also you. And therefore you already love parts of yourself. Now you just need to learn to love your whole self, okay? Whew. That is all I have for you, group number 2. Thank you for watching. And if you want readings later on with tarots and all the fancy stuff that I usually use, then that will be coming soon. But I hope that you enjoyed that, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye. Okay, hello group number 3 who chose the selenite. So, as I mentioned for group number 1 and group number 2, I'm only going to use the spiral deck because I did group number 1's reading and it was so beautiful, as was group number 2. I just confirmed this, that it was so intense and comprehensive that I did not want to overwhelm or disrespect the message of the spiral oracle by overwhelming it with other messages. So we're going to limit it to 4 cards from the spiral oracle, okay? But trust me, it's going to be worth it. And I will be doing more comprehensive readings, like with more tarots and all that later, so you're not missing out, don't worry. But trust me, this is about to be mind-blowing, because the last 2 readings have been mind-blowing as hell. Okay, group number 3, what do we need for you, my loves? My lovely, lovely loves. Alright, we're going to do 5 for you, group number 3. 6. Okay. Bear with me, I'm just going to take a sip of tea. My throat's starting to dry up. Okay. So, what have we got? We have Children of Light. This is hilarious. I didn't even think about that. We have Clock Time Getaway. This is exactly group number 2's reading. Everything is connected. But then, on top of on top of group number 2, we have I Am. We have Flux. And we have I Am the Source. So group number 3, what I would like you to do, please, click back to group number 2 and watch that, because that's exactly this, okay? And I know that I'll get the message wrong if I try to say it twice. So please go back and watch group number 2, okay? Now, for when you're ready, we'll come back and we're going to start with this section. So you've already watched group number 2. Let's watch this section now. So we have I Am, Flux, and I Am the Source. So let's refer to the book because I'm not familiar yet with the meanings. Okay, I hope you guys didn't hear that burp, sorry. Came out of nowhere. So, I am. In this holographic reality, we function as mirrors. I reflect you and you reflect me. Perfect. This is exactly what I was saying in group number 2's reading. I look into my mirror. I look in you. I find me. What the fuck? This is literally what I was just saying. I just love the synchronicity. Okay. I discover our humanity. It's life. It's love. Even if our environment constantly tells us that we are not, yes, of course we are. I observe not being as an illusion, like a veil based upon a system of mistaken beliefs and inherited fears. If I am now, then you have to be as well. Because if I am, you are. I am. And then the message for this card is silence. I rest in silence. Silence gives me truth. From silence grows compassion for myself and others. I grow, I become stronger, and I harvest miraculous fruits. Oh my god. Oh, gosh, I literally just feel so incredible right now. This is a perfect continuation of this. Okay, if you haven't watched group number 2, I'm very disappointed in you. Go back now and watch it. Okay, because you're not going to get this then. This is a perfect continuation of what I was saying at the end of group number 2's reading. But the extra kind of thing that you need to do group number 3 is rest in silence. Because I think you guys are the introverted type and you get overwhelmed. You're like the lizard. You kind of scurry in, have your fun for 10 minutes, scurry back out, and you need a rest for 2 days. Okay? You need to sit in silence, learn the truth of yourself, learn the truth of your universe. I think it's very important for group number 3 to meditate right now. Incredibly important for you to observe. Sit outside, even if it's miserably cold. Sit outside or sit by a window at the least and just watch nature and meditate at the same time. I've done this a couple of years ago, and I was sitting in front of a mirror also, and I had the window to my left, and I kind of just like, the mirror was in the corner, so I kind of split my gaze both ways, and I had some very powerful visions, and felt so interconnected just with what I could see through my window. The leaves from the trees, even the wood on the fence, the window panes, and then a butterfly flew past, and I still remember the pattern in the way that butterfly moved because I felt like I was that butterfly. The connectedness, I can't wait to achieve that again. I really feel like I kind of injected my consciousness into expansive space. I wasn't just me in that time. It was an incredible feeling, and I can't wait to achieve that again. And I definitely recommend that you meditate and do that too, because you will have this unmatched respect for life and for yourself once that you do that. Nothing can really trigger that level of understanding as much as that kind of meditation can. You can always have an immense amount of respect and understanding of the universe, but to really know it as yourself, to recognize it as yourself, is a whole different thing. And I think you need to experience that, group number 3. I think it's incredibly important for you to experience that. Okay, now we have flux. Let's go to... Oh, look, they're right next to each other. Oh my God, that's so cool. It was like that. Okay. What were the boundaries of my black and white? Did I think that I was divisible? I reflected on duality, the third dimension, the fourth, the fifth, and beyond. Like a magical act, I was moved to draw with lines of light, the eternal network that constantly beats before us. That network unites me to others, opens my channels, and creates a constant flux of life. I recognize the subtle spaces and apply everything I've learned in them to our material reality. It always seems impossible until it's done. Action. I act. Transmitting the knowledge I have enriches me, and life belongs to me as I surrender to it. Guys, that's just, wow. I feel really humbled. Like a magical act, it says, I was moved to draw with lines of light, the eternal network that constantly beats before us. That network unites me to others, opens my channels, and creates a constant flux of life. What was I just saying about being united with the universe? About connecting to all sorts of life? The flux of life. I just can't even. And look at this. It's like a beam of consciousness coming out of one and just spreading everywhere, finding all different channels to experience all different parts of life. What does it feel like to be the bear? What does it feel like to be my mother? What does it feel like to be the rock? What does it feel like to be the child on the other side of the world living in poverty? What does it feel like to be Kylie Jenner? Who cares? Whatever you want to know, you can know through flux. And then we have I am the source, Oh my God, this is insane. This is insane. Let's go. I emerge from the womb of the Cordillera. I am a connecting link between heaven and earth. I reconnect what was once separated. I am the channel that expresses what wants to be expressed. Old and new coexist now because life is organic. Everything changes. I am timeless and at the same time conscious of my ephemeral transit through this existence. I am the source. And the message is open. I am opening new doors. I open up to creation, resting in the pure essence of what I am, perfection. I connect, with my creativity, and I'm able to perform the most immeasurable wonders. I am the open door that no one can shut. I love how it says, I reconnect what was once separated. I am the channel that expresses what wants to be expressed. It's like, how do you want to express yourself through life? You know, a lot of people aren't just comfortable with themselves. They aren't just comfortable with expressing only through their body, through their ego, through the representation of what they are, supposedly. So it's so freeing to realize that you are not just you, you are more, and that in the ultimate scheme of things, you know, I am not Lauren. I just am. Lauren is something I've applied to understand and to explore, like a filter. But it's not all of me. It's like if you were to dip a cup of flour into a sifter, what comes out into the bowl is how I identify, but it wasn't all the flour. It's not the best metaphor, but it's what I came up with then and there. You are the source. If you are doubting that you're capable of this kind of meditation and this kind of connection, first I recommend that you meditate on believing in yourself. And there's actually a really great video by, I'll pop a link below, her name's Thoraya, and she interviews strangers in America, and one of them is, the question she asks is, how do you believe in yourself? And it's so interesting to see the diversity in answers. And if you don't know how you believe in yourself, maybe that'll help trigger you figure it out. But you need to figure out how it is that you believe in yourself. And then from there, figure out how you can believe in all of this. How you can believe in the interconnectedness that we are. Okay, we're like one big brain with all little tiny neurons, and we are all the neurons of the one big brain, which is source. So you guys have a huge spiritual transformation coming. Huge, like one of the biggest of your life, an awakening. If, you know, the level of your spirituality has been at, you know, meditating every now and then and watching readings and enjoying crystals, it's about to expand way beyond that. You're going to understand spirituality on a level at the core of it all. Okay, not just how it's displayed or understood or the, you know, the fun gimmicks of it. You are going to know what spirituality is. But the changes you need to make lie in group number 2. So please be sure you watch that. Okay, group number 3. That's just blown my mind. I can't believe how incredible this Oracle deck is. I'm so grateful to own it. I promise it's not sponsored. I know it seems like it is. I swear it's not. I get very excited for things like this. But group number 3, I'm sending you much, much, much love. And let me know in the comments once you've had this awakening, because it's super exciting stuff. And if you want a reading that encompasses more cards and tarot and all that stuff, I'm about to do those now. So stick around. Much love. Mwah.